that up, right? We're going in. We're going in, right? Just trying to get behind that lead leg. Okay? Depending on what the lead leg is, you're still going in. Okay? You're not going around the other sides for this one, guys. Okay? That is another takedown, but that's not what we're working on today. So go through the inside. Unless you have like terrible knees. Does anyone, or fucked up ankles, or if you have any injuries right now, don't do the takedown. Just sit your ass out on the side and watch. Okay? You guys understand that? Alright? So double wrist control, right? I'm opening it up, right? And I'm going in. Okay? Try not to land on your partner's toes. Competition mode, where are we landing? On the toes. We want to crush their foot in competition mode. Okay? So class will be out to the outside. I'm here, grabbing around the back, tripping. We're penetrating with that shoulder pressure, right? We're wrapping. We're bringing our partner down. Okay? So wrist control, throwing, we're going down. Okay? I want to get my Achilles near her Achilles, right? So I don't want her to be able to just step over. Okay? And I want to go fast with the shoulder penetration. Okay? When I penetrate with the shoulder, I'm also going to be pulling this ankle back toward my ass. Okay? So I'm scooting it. So you guys see that? I scoot my ankle toward me as I drive forward. Okay? If you end up in half guard, that's good. Just don't try to end up in a full guard right off the bat. Okay? One more time. Wrist control. Manipulate the wrist, open them up. Okay? I see that's her lead leg. I could go in that way. If her stance was the other way, I would have to come this way. Okay? You guys understand that? So, hands open, right? I'm dropping down. Watching out for my partner's toes, right? I'm driving in, scooting my ankle toward my butt, and drive forward. Okay, sorry. Questions? Yeah. I've done this before, except new people on the auto job. Ready, 3, 2? Just go, right? Yes, sir.
I do. I have 7 pins in the shoulder. Taking a year off from jiu-jitsu. But I did this bike surgery after not doing jiu-jitsu because of the What if you do?
Alright, we're going to do mount defense, okay? What I want us just working on is just some basic details, okay? So, one is hands in the pits, right? If they're smothering you and they're giving you mother's milk, right? Hands in the pits is a good way to get them off of you, right? What do we do with our thumbs in the pits? You're tickling, and you're poking really hard because there's nerves in here, right? That'll get them to move, okay? That's basic detail 1. Basic detail 2, if they're not smothering, or if they're not really high, or say they're like mid-chest, right? It's using your arms to push the knees down, okay? I want us working on that as well. Using the elbows, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, when we were doing the mount escape. We had to use our forearm and our elbow to push one side down. And a lot of people struggle with that, so I want to go over that. Is learning how to use that elbow in that thigh, in that knee area, to get those knees, those legs down, okay? Then, number 3 is hands in the hips, right? What are we poking? that hip flexor area. There's nerves in there. We're digging in, we're moving them, okay? You can add those two together, right? Getting thumbs in on the hip flexor, getting them to move, and then sliding off the hip onto the floor, and then using that elbow to push that leg away, okay? Next detail will be getting to a hip, right? If they're on top of you and you're flat, they crush down your stomach, they can crush down on your diaphragm, they can smother your face, right? So we get off to a side, get off on the left hip, right? Now they're just crushing that hip, right? And they're not really squeezing you so you're able to breathe, okay? One thing we have to be cautious of, if we go to our hip and this arm crosses, you're opening yourself up to possible attacks. There's arm triangles here, there's arm bars here, like for the S-mount. So whenever we're in this side position on that hip, we're keeping this arm low across the midsection. We don't want to give it to him high, because then that's, like Mitch give it to her high, she would lace that up. See that? For an arm triangle, say she goes for an arm bar, she can pull that arm, okay? So we don't want to give the arm up high, we want to give it nice and low across the midsection, okay? So what I want you guys working on is someone's going to be on top, someone's going to be on bottom, okay? If they're smothering you, you're going picks. You can bridge and throw them up, right? Reset. They'll go down mid-chest. Now you have hands on the hips, opening up. Now using your elbow to push that leg further away, okay? Then we're going to work on getting off to one hip, usually the left hip. Proper placement for our elbow across the midsection. And then we're using the top side leg, guys. There's a bottom side leg and a top side leg, okay? We want that top side leg to be doing the work by scooping and scraping that ankle in, okay? Adding that to the elbow push is how we get the knee down in between our legs with half guard, okay? If you want to finish it, Mitch would rotate to the opposite hip, push the leg into half guard. You can go traditional half guard, lock down, whatever you guys want, okay? We're just working on the mount details. So don't give me a shit ton of extracurriculars after the move. Reset, don't go fucking for a sweep or anything, just reset and let's work on the mount, okay? So reset, Allie's back on top, she smothers, hands in the pit, he lets her down, hands in the hips, using the elbow, getting off to the side, scraping in, clearing the leg, then Allie would go. 2 times and switch, 2 times and switch. Don't be a dick to your partner and really smother the shit out of them, okay? Just give them a little bit of the milk, okay? Questions on that? No? No? All right, ready? Sorry.
Fish shoulder walks and you're moving them down.
You can do that, yeah. What I want the most, sorry guys, what I want the most is emphasizing these bad boys getting the job done. Okay, so if they're really tight, we don't have to use our hands to push a leg down. We want to be able to use this part of our arm, okay? Especially if they're grabbing wrist control on us, they can have that wrist control as long as we can enable the elbow to do the job, right? Ready, 3, 2? I want to add one detail. I kind of glossed over this, told a couple of other people. So you're in the last part where you're on your hip, on the left hip in the mount. And Mitch is going to gather this leg. Stop right there. Okay? What I want us to do is work this bottom side leg. I didn't say Mitch and Allie are experiencing, they already did it. But I want you guys to bring this bottom side leg up like that. Okay? As you bring this leg up, it lifts your partner's leg up off the ground. Okay? And then if your elbow's in the mix, it's easy to clear that knee line. Okay, so reset. Logan goes off to his left hip, he brings this one up, it raises Allie's leg off the ground. Boom, and it's easy to shove through. Especially when you start rotating to that other hip, okay? So when you gather the leg, you're going to bring the bottom side leg up. And then this forearm, elbow is going to be pushing down. Okay? Pushing down.
What if they're hiding their foot too well for the squeeze?
You got to move them, motherfuckers. You got to move them. Make it hurt and twice. Make that shit hurt. Okay? Another thing you can do is bridge. Okay? Is bridge hard. Okay? So if they're, especially if they're hiding it, yeah. You're going to bridge, move them down. Okay? This right here, can't forget this. Okay? This arm right here, don't forget about that. It's frame. Okay? Especially when you're in that position right there, it's really strong here. Because you get the nape, all the big muscles, right? Okay? So don't forget that. 3, 2, go. Okay, so this is the Ashi position. This position is for attacking the bottom half of the body, the legs, the ankles, the knees. Okay? When you're in this position, there's an outside leg and an inside leg. Okay? Inside leg, right leg is in between. The outside legs are left leg. It's going to go under the leg you're attacking, around, and then post on the hip. Okay? Everyone see that? One thing you don't want to do is take your foot and point your toes inward, because that opens you up for toe holds, the steamer locks, things like that. Okay? The other thing you don't want to do is take your foot and cross the center line. Okay? If you cross the center line, that's illegal. That's just the weird rules. That is called reaping. Okay? So, posting your toes outward and on the hip. Okay? This is used for pushing. Okay? And stopping Mitch from coming in. Okay? This inside leg, you're trying to get your knee to your ankle. Okay? You're trying to cover this knee, cover this ankle with this knee, so Mitch can't do the post-push hop defense. Okay? That's the basic defense to get out of this position. He's going to post his right hand, he's going to come across his body, he's going to push the ankle off, clear it, and then hop over to relieve the tension. What you're doing is you're using this inside knee to cover that ankle, so it's hard for him to get to that ankle to push off. Okay? Then you're taking your foot and you're going over to the opposite leg. You're wrapping it under the hamstring. Okay? You guys understand that? That's probably one of the most important things. Because if you leave this foot in the middle, Mitch can grip this ankle for a heel hook. Okay? Or he can turn it for a toe hold. Okay? So you want to hide this ankle by putting it under the hamstring. Okay? You guys all understand that? So this is the Ashi position. Alright? What we're going to go over is a straight ankle lock. Okay? So Alice got this foot in the headlock position right here, right? She wants to make sure that Mitch's toes are up in her hip. Okay? So remember, when you're doing this, you want to pull up on the leg and going to the lock. Right now she's just chilling, so it doesn't really matter, right? We want the blade of the forearm, right? So from the wrist to about mid-forearm, under that Achilles, okay? You want to be as far back on that heel as possible, okay? Say Allie's mid-calf, okay? She's going to readjust. So what she's going to do when she readjusts is she's going to open up the elbow, slide back to that doorstop, which is the heel, and then get her hands to her chest, okay? You're trying to get your hands up on your chest as high as possible here, okay? So if it's low on your belly button, you're not getting a lot of torque, crank on the ankle. You want to be high, okay? The higher you are, the closer the toes will be to your armpit. So you're really pinching, and the space disappears. You guys understand that? Yes. So if Joshie has his hand on his belly button, there's space, you can see it. If he has it up in the chest, the space disappears. You guys understand that? Okay? So you're trying to get that hand up there. So you can use your other hand to pull it up. Allie has her opposite hand cupping her pinky, right? And she's going to use the hand to pull up on it. Okay? One thing you don't want to do though is you don't want to lose the placement of the blade of your forearm on the Achilles. You don't want to go like this, just come across, and now the meaty part of your forearm is on the Achilles. Okay? Yes, there's a lot, if you're really strong, you'll be able to get that finish, right? Because you're cranking on it. But if you're not, you really need that blade of the forearm. See how that blade of the forearm? And that wrist down the mid forearm is in his Achilles. Okay? Now when we go for the finish for the straight ankle lock, one thing we're not going to do is be in our back. Okay? Yes, you can see the torque on this joint, right? She can probably finish this because she knows what she's doing. She'll push on the hips and she can pull, right? She's going to tap. What if she's not strong? What if she's inexperienced, right? What we want to work on is finishing into the side, okay? When you're on your back like that, you can only go so far. Your back is on the mat. You can't go any further. When you're on your side, nothing is stopping Allie's back from going all the way back as far as she wants. So grip that joint, okay? So we're going to be on our side. What we want to do is we want to fall to this outside shoulder, okay? You already see she's not cranking on anything, but she's ready to tap, okay? She's got perfect placement of the feet on the hip, pushing him away. This inside leg on the crotch, pushing him away, hinging her knees, keeping the hip anchored down. And then she has the forearm right in that Achilles, ready to crank, okay? Allie's hand is low. She's going to use this opposite hand to crank up. And she goes for this tap. One thing she's going to do when she goes back, okay, don't do it yet. What she's going to do is as she goes back, she's going to arch her back. She's going to bring her hands with her. A lot of times, exactly what she just said. A lot of times, if you go back and you keep your hands there, you're not getting any pull on the joint. Okay? She has to bring the hands with her. You guys understand that? So as you go back, you don't leave your hands there and extend your back, arch your back. As you arch your back, you bring the hands with you and keep them in the same position they're at. Okay? That's how you can get that separation in the right foot. Okay? So she's crunching down on it. What she's going to do is as she goes back, she's going to start looking behind her and arching her back. That way she doesn't need very much movement to finish this. Okay? Now if you think about this in a competition setting, and your adrenaline is pumping, and you're ripping everything at 100%, you're really going to get a nice quick tap in this, with this submission. Okay? You guys understand that? Any questions on this positioning? The positioning. Let's go over it all over again. So we're starting regular. Inside leg goes into the crotch, outside leg will go under, around, into the hip. She posts the outside leg on the hip. The inside knee will cover the ankle. That foot will go to the opposite leg and push that hamstring. Okay? That's the leg position. Alright? You're squeezing your knees the whole time. Okay? As you squeeze the knees, the anchor Mitch's hip down, his butt down to the ground. Okay? If she's not squeezing her knees, Mitch can shove this through and he can get up easily. Okay? That's why you need to be squeezing your knees the whole time. Okay? Keeping that knee over the ankle a lot. Okay? She has the leg and the headlock. Okay? Say it's mid-calf. What she's going to do is she's going to readjust by opening that arm up and falling back. Okay? If you're here, you're opening it up. Your body's going back. Okay? As she gets the hand in the correct position, which is under the Achilles, right? She's got the blade of the forearm there. She's holding on to that pinky, guys. Don't hold on to your wrist. Okay? Hold on to that pinky. They hook in. You guys see that? Hold on to your pinky. Okay? She's going to bring her hand with her, right? When she does this. What she's going to do, she's going to fall to that shoulder. Okay? When she falls to that shoulder, she's really compressing Mitch's foot, right? If you want to be mean, you can lean back a little bit more. See how it hurts a lot more when you squeeze the foot with your body. Okay? Now when she goes for the submission, she'll arch her back and look backwards. Easy tap. Okay? Be careful with this. Tap early. Okay? Questions on this? Yeah.
He's straight. You were gonna like adjust it to like straight.
I'll break it down.
Yeah.
Okay. So, say Mitch is doing it, right? pretty far away, it's straight. Allie can use her hand underneath the knee, okay? There's the tendon there, right? Yeah, the knee before, okay? You grab onto that bad boy and you pull it, you grip it, okay? You pull it up. As you do that, right? You start, did anyone see what Allie did? She went back and bent the leg, okay? All right? When you're trying to, especially when you're trying to bend this for a straight ankle lock, right? The straight ankle lock is what you're worried about. You're not worried about the knee. So you want to take this knee outward, okay? In a heel hook, you want the knee straight up. In a straight ankle lock, you can take it to the side because you want it to bend. Especially since you're trying to get the ankle to bend in this direction, okay? So as she grips it and bends it, right, boom. Now his knee's facing out, she crushed it, now she can readjust, okay? And she'll get her hand in the right place, she'll go to the outside of that shoulder, right? She's gonna arch her back, right? Go back. You can look behind you as you arch your back, okay? Question? Oh, ready, 3, 2? Alright, so you're in regular Ashi, right? Your partner's gonna push up. Allie steps over, she catches up. She gets the bottom leg out, and they go behind, right? This is called double outside Ashi. Both your legs are on the outside, okay? Mitch is gonna boot that leg. You don't have to boot hard. Don't be a dick to your partner, okay? Dakari and Joshie. Don't move your leg all crazy, all right? Quadzilla, like you don't need all that muscle on those legs, okay? So you pull that knee up as you bend back, bend the leg. Now you can readjust like you guys are readjusting earlier. Open the elbow, hit the blade of your forearm on there, okay? Remember, try not to get on the meat part of your forearm, okay? Keep it there, it's a big space, okay? Then when you collapse down, hands to window, you're going to arch back, nice and easy, just like Allie did, you get the tap. Questions on this position? So this is if you forget to block your ankle with your knee, and they post push off right away. Okay, questions, Dave? Ready, 3, 2?
It's not a game, it's a rich thing. It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
The flex, bumping Justin Bieber, the fever and left. She know what she need, or she blessed. Giving you my best. Yeah, I got my heart on my sleeve with a knife in my back. What's with that? 21, I love him, then my brother, that's my stat. Metro made the beat, so you know that it's gon' slap. Yeah, it's gon' slap. Tell him run it back. Talking to a diva, yeah, she on my nerves. She think that I need her, kick her to the curb. All I know is you could've had the world, know what she need, all she blessed, ayy, giving my best, ayy, yeah, I got my heart on my sleeve with a knife in my back, what's with that, ayy, 21, I love him, they're my brother, that's my stat, ayy, Metro made the beat, so you know